likely is it, or what does it mean that Kirk Nieuwenhuis is the first Met to hit 3 home runs in a home game?
Well, it means a lot for Kirk. I know that. It was a huge day for us. You looked at you looked at De La Rosa, and you just thought, geez, the lefties are going to have just so much better numbers. So we took a shot, got him in there, and huge day, big day for us. And to finish out the first half like this is really, really cool.
And how happy are you for Kirk after the journey and the roller coaster ride he's been on to have a day like that?
Yeah, it's huge. He's a good player. As we've talked many times before about, you look what this guy does in the minor leagues. He puts up good numbers. He gets to the big leagues and he doesn't play a lot, and it's really hard to come off and be productive. But today he came through for us.
Next.
Guys want to get out of here, don't you? The first half's over.
Terry, is this kind of just an example of the great unpredictability of baseball? Kirk has no homers in 66 at-bats, hit 103 or whatever it is, and has this day that nobody's done in 54 years?
It is. That's why it's a great game, because you never know. You don't have any answers, no answers for it. Nobody knows, what's going to happen on a daily basis, and it was just great because he's a you guys know him. He's a tremendous kid. He plays the game the way you want to play it, and to have him have a day like today is gets us really. Everybody was fired up for him for sure.
Terry, considering the ups and downs in the first half, all the injuries, have these guys surprised you the way they've battled to finish 5 games over 500?
No question. There's no question about it. I told somebody last week, we think we should be farther over 500. Obviously, we think we had a good team, but when you look at the injuries we've had, 14 guys in the DL at some time. 12 rookies, 11 rookies have made their debut. We are very, very fortunate to be where we are, and it's a tribute to the way they come every day, and they don't get down when things are going bad. And the veteran leadership in the clubhouse is second to none. They keep those guys pretty steady, and we've tried to give everybody some playing time, and they've all contributed.
Yeah.
Given what you've seen from Bobby so far, if you could get from Mejia close to what you got from him before he got shut down, what kind of back of the bullpen do you think you'll have?
We're going to be a lot better. That's we were counting on that Adam in spring training when we, with you had even Vic Black in the mix, and all of a sudden everybody broke down, and Henry got suspended, and now it left to Familia and some young rookies, and they've right now the bullpen's coming around, and Henry was nervous today. I'm sure everybody saw that, but we're going to get better, and if we can get to the big guy at the end, we're going to win some games.
And just one more other topic. I know he has a 4-day break now, but what's your level of concern or lack of concern about Lagares?
I guess I'll have to know a little bit later, Adam. He's in the training room now, having ice on it. Doctor's going to look at him now, but I'm sure you saw in the last at bat something happened on one of his swings, and his calf cramped up, and so we just had to get him out. So I'll know more later.
Terry, you were at the break last year. You were 2 over 500 at home. I think you finished 1 over. You're 18 over right now. What's the biggest difference here?
Ed, I will tell you, for me, it's the fact that we've got a lot of young guys here, and it's exciting for them to play here. I think, as I told you before, being on the other side of the field as much as I have in New York City, you like to come in and beat New York teams. And I think these guys now, the energy in our clubhouse, because a lot of these guys are here for the first time, and we've the athleticism, it helps out a little bit more in our park, and this team's built around some power, and it's when we hit some homers here, we win games, and of course it's a pretty good park to pitch in too, and our pitching's pretty good.
Terry, just to follow up with Lagares, had he been dealing with anything related to his calf before this?
Not a bit, not a thing. Okay. No.
Terry, with all the rumors and stories about John East this whole season, what are you seeing now over the last few weeks?
Well, it's all about command with John. The two-seamer and the cutter are his two bread and butter pitches, and he's just starting to make better pitches with him. He's getting the cutter in on the right-handers, and the other day whatever he wanted to throw, he threw. He's using his curveball a little bit more than he did early in the year. But for John, it's all about command, and when he's got 4 pitches, and when he uses them all, he's effective.
Terry, I think all the runs scored in the series were by home runs, but just looking ahead to success in the second half, will the key be manufacturing runs? One thing Arizona did well today was when they got guys on base, they seemed to move them around fairly intelligently.
Well, I can't say we'll be moving around intelligently. If we keep hitting it over the fence, all I care about. That helps out more than anything. But we've got to play better in the second half. We're not making any excuses. We've got to pick up the offense, and if we do that, if we get Lucas swinging and Mike starts swinging, I talked to David today. He's really on the upswing, and so hopefully he gets back soon. And I think it's going to be a really exciting second half. Watch us play.
Terry, can you share some of the comments in the dugout after Kirk's first, second, and third home runs? Did anyone call it or anything funny happen?
Well, after Dan hit his home run and then Kirk hit his home run, Dan's quick. He said, "Well, geez, anybody can pull a home run." And Kirk went to probably the biggest part of the park to hit a homer. So, but after the third one, all you heard in the bench is, "This is unbelievable." And then, like I said, everybody's rooting for this guy. So they were excited for him.
Terry, everyone knows what your schedule is going to look like after the break, but when you talk to some of the guys in that room, they say, yeah, tough teams, but it's a great chance for us to show. Is that something you sense in that room, that the opponents don't really matter? It's kind of like, I want to show my stuff.
Well, that's the attitude you have to have if you're going to play in the big leagues. You've got to have that makeup that, you're good enough and that you belong here. And that's when you talk to the young guys, they really believe they belong here. And I don't think, and again, I don't know anybody else's schedules, but I'm not too sure anybody's going to come out of the second half and play the three division leaders in the first 10 days. So we got a work cut out for us, and hopefully we'll continue to play well.
Hi, Terry. Obviously, heading in the All-Star break, you seem like you guys are getting healthy. Did you have a message to your players that are taking a vacation for the next couple of days, and anything to DeGrom heading to the game?
Yeah, I talked to him before the game. We, pretty much just said, listen, you guys have played very, very well. To be where we are, get some rest because it's crunch time. You come out of the All-Star break and who we have to play, and it's going to be hot. It's the middle of July now. It's crunch time. And I said, by all means, get some, use this to rest up because it's we're going to need everybody to be 100% on Friday.
Terry, if I could just follow up on your conversation with David, definition of upswing and what's he feeling better about now?
Well, he's doing some things that are related to baseball activities. So he's got a doctor's appointment on Monday, and he's hoping that he can start some other more aggressive things on the field here pretty soon.
Anybody next? Okay.
Can you just clarify what baseball-related activities he's doing?
I can't. That's all he told me. I'm doing, related baseball stuff, and that's good enough for me.
Any last ones?
All right.